Okay, today, this is our second lesson in this. You're going to learn how to combine integers with double signs, is what we call it, okay? I already told you about the robot faces. This is the boy robot that winks at the girl robot. The girl robot really likes the boy robot, so he blows a kiss back. Remember, if you add a negative, you're subtracting. The opposite of a negative is a positive. So if you subtract a negative, you'll be adding. Okay, so like right here, these are the examples. If you have -5 plus a -3, I rewrote it, and notice I traced over the robot face. The plus minus will turn into a negative. Do you see that? So this plus minus will turn into a -3. That means that this problem turns into -5 minus 3, which means you have 5 solids, or 5 shaded and 3 shaded squares. So since the squares are all shaded, we'll add up all the squares. We have 8 squares, they're all shaded, so our answer is -8. Right here we have -2 minus a -4. Remember, the opposite of a negative is a positive. Do you see how the robot face turns into the ear? So when you have two negatives back and forth, the opposite of a negative is a positive. So this problem will turn into -2, and this should be a 3 right here. I need to fix that on the main paper. Okay, so if I have -2 plus 3, I have 2 shaded squares and I have 3 open squares. I'm going to take 2 sets of 0 pairs out, scratch out a 0 pair, scratch out a 0 pair, and all that's left is 1 open square. Okay, let's go down and practice. Okay, so we'll do number 2 together. Right here, if I have -3 minus a -2, this right here, 2 negatives will turn into a positive. So this will turn into -3 plus 2. And then I'm going to draw 3 shaded squares. Just squiggle them in to show that they're shaded. And 2 open squares, almost the same problem as we just did. Scratch out your 0 pairs. All that's left is 1 shaded square, so the answer is -1. Okay, so these are real simple. And then on the very back page, you will learn how to multiply. Okay, so when you multiply, you do the same rules. I'm just going to do a couple of them for you. If you have one negative, it doesn't matter the order, the answer is negative. So right here, I'm multiplying a negative times a positive. There's one negative, so my sign is negative, and 8 times 7 is 56. Something that's very important is you want to get the sign first, and then you want to get the number. Always, always, always get in the habit of doing sign, number, sign, number. So let's do 14. I'm dividing 2 negatives. 2 negatives make a positive, and I'm just going to go ahead and write down the plus. You don't have to, because it's understood to be positive. And then 28 divided by 7 is 4. So my answer is a +4, or just 4 in it. So get in the habit of sign, number, sign, number. If the sign is positive, rewrite the answer without the positive. Enjoy the problems. You're going to do well. Tomorrow, we will continue this, and we'll combine them all together, and you'll do a review of the first 2 lessons. And remember to always believe.